College basketball comes your way tomorrow on FS1. Action from the Big Ten and the Big East. First, Maryland battles Ohio State at 6 Eastern. And then at 8:30, Xavier facing off with defending national champion Villanova. College basketball tomorrow on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Let's go, Jay Wright.
Back here, first things first, we're going viral. Amari Cooper was traded to the Cowboys in October, and that acquisition changed the Cowboys' season. He's expected to get a big extension this offseason to remain with the team, and he's already anticipating his payday. Take a look at this chain he bought. So TMZ Sports said the chain is worth $65,000.
It's a nice little medallion. Diamonds hold their value pretty well.
But like, what kind of event are you going to wear that chain to? It's like, is that an everyday? Like, I'm going to go to, I had to run to CVS to get something. I'm going to wear my chain?
It's not every day, but he's going to be going places that he would need a piece like that. Not necessarily like yourself and everything, but game day. You go to certain events in the off season, you know, and being a young person, he's from Miami. Guys from Miami like diamonds, like flashy stuff. So, yeah, that's not the Amari Cooper that I knew.
I was just going to say,
that's not the Amari Cooper. Now, he's not on the road to being Antonio Brown, but treat yourself.
It's much like the Michael Thomas with a little surprise. We saw him do the cell phone celebration. Fame and wealth is intoxicating a bit. Amari Cooper came a long way from working out in a hoodie for Nick Saban trying to get a scholarship offer.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's probably going to get about $60 million this offseason, at least.
So if he gets $65 million, then that was 1/1000th of what he's going to get from the Cowboys. So he got it. Good for you, Amari Cooper.
I'm okay with it. I just want to know where he was wearing it.
I don't think he'll be wearing it back where I used to visit him.
No, if he is, he's going to tuck it in. Like when Debo comes around on Friday. Tuck it in, tuck it in.
And crazy glue it to his chest. Time for stories to start your morning. We start with some unexpected news out of college football. Alabama quarterback Jalen Hurts has transferred to Oklahoma. Hurts, who lost his starting job to Tua Tagovailoa, will be under the guidance of Lincoln Riley, whose quarterbacks have won 2 straight Heismans. See, what do you make of Hurts' decision?
I'm happy for Jalen Hurts. I believe he is going to grow as a quarterback there under Lincoln Riley. But I believe this is one of the biggest moves in college football because right now we have some changing of the guards. We had Clemson upset Alabama. We know they have Tua coming back for Alabama. But Dabo Swinney, right now, man, they have to be dealt with if you're in college football. What if Lincoln Riley turns this quarterback into a pro prospect? Then all the high school kids out there, they need to be put on notice. You must go see Lincoln Riley. And also, NFL, the NFL's not done with Lincoln Riley. Based on all the new coaches and the offensive philosophy, this is a big move for Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley's future.
And I want to give Jalen credit because he made, I think, the best decision for his football career. Not only was the University of Miami recruiting him heavy, my source down at Live in Miami.
Oh, yeah, he was up in there popping bottles.
Well, except he never had a drink.
No, he had a Shirley Temple.
Exactly right, but they did the whole presentation for him. If he wanted to go live in Miami, have that life, he could have. Instead, he goes to Norman, Oklahoma to try to further.
I should have sent some of my old Hurricane buddies. They would have got him signed.
Okay. I am happy for Jalen Hurts. Good luck to the young man.
Shirley Temple.
Virgin Shirley Temple. Let's just go with that, see. Go ahead.
Shirley Temple is a virgin Shirley Temple.
I understand, Jenna.
To the NBA, LeBron James has been cleared to return to practice next week as he recovers from his groin injury. But his agent, Rich Paul, said that LeBron is on nobody else's timeline. Nick, what is he referring to here? What do you make of Rich Paul's comments?
He means, listen, they know what we know, which is the Lakers about to lose their next 3 games. Oklahoma City, Houston, Golden State. They're going to lose them. And they are not going to rush LeBron back based on where the Lakers are in the standings. When you have a player who's played 16 years without an injury and then suffers a real injury, what you are not going to do is change the recovery timeline based on anything other than to make sure he doesn't suffer another injury.
Well, they were hoping at the beginning, Jenna, that he might miss a game or 2. Then after that, after seeing that MRI, they realized there was a serious tear there. Then they were on the Steph Curry timeline because Steph had a serious growing injury. How many games did he miss, Nick?
11.
They were like, oh, LeBron, he's the fastest healer ever. Then when you got past that Steph threshold, it's like, listen, we're in new territory.
Yeah.
All right? This is a serious injury, and that's why they're really. LeBron's not even running up and down the court yet.
No.
They had him shooting them jump shots, but he was stationary. He wasn't lifting off. You know the reason why? Because that injury has still yet to fully heal. He's not going up and down the court. You can't play an NBA game unless you go up and down the court.
Uncharted waters for LeBron James. The Warriors won again last night. They beat the Pelicans 147-140. Steph Curry, not bad. 41 points, 9 3-pointers. Oh, and Boogie comes back tomorrow. After the game, Draymond Green said, quote, all hell's about to break loose. Nick, I ask you, is all hell about to break loose?
Absolutely, one way or the other. I'd say the 90% likelihood is the way Draymond means it, which is the Warriors about to go on a crazy tear. The 10% likelihood is that this thing, while they're playing their best basketball of the year, is about to be disrupted by Boogie. Boogie had a very interesting interview where he said, I am more stubborn and hard-headed now than ever. Now, he says that publicly, so he obviously doesn't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think the Warriors are about to get even better, but Draymond's going to be proven right one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Boogie play. He's got a good story. He needs to be able to resurrect his career after a horrific Achilles injury, after having his best season. Last season, let's not forget, he played the best basketball he's ever played on the best team that he's ever been on. Let's see if he's playing on the greatest team that we've ever seen. See if his attitude is a little bit different.
All right, moving on. The Rockets fell to the Nets last night. Yes, you heard that correct. 145-142, despite a season-high 58 points from James Harden. You also heard that correct. That broke Harden's previous season high set last game when he scored 57. Harden called the loss very frustrating, putting it mildly. Nick, what do you make of Harden's performance in this loss?
Listen, I know the Rockets care that they lost. I don't. What's happening with James Harden is absolutely unprecedented. There's 2 record books in NBA history. There's the Wilt record book and there's everybody else. So let's just remove the Wilt part of the record book, because Wilt averaged 40 points for 515 consecutive games. No one else did it for more than 40. Harden's now done it for 20, puts him in the top 5 all time.
You say 500?
515 consecutive games averaging 40 points. Harden becomes the first player since Wilt to hit 55 points in consecutive games. He has scored, 115 points in his last 2 games. 0 of those points have been assisted. So not only is he scoring at an unprecedented rate, he's doing it in the hardest way imaginable. No alley-oops from a teammate, no cutting to the basket, easy layup, no spotting up on the 3-point line, someone driving kicks. No, it's a lot of this. Dribble, 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 exhaust yourself and still score. It's troubling for the Rockets, of course, that he did this and they lost. They blew 2 leads late in the game, one with 90 seconds in regulation, one with 90 seconds in overtime. But he scored 58, and it wasn't even considered to lead the television show, because it's like, oh yeah, Harden's doing it again. I'm running out of words to describe what he's doing, Chris.
Yeah, what he's doing is very, very special, but I think it's first of all, shout out to the Brooklyn Nets for getting the win. They're still in playoff contention. They got
15-5 since
they got a very good product that they're putting out there. Spencer Dinwiddie sat here on the show last week. He pours in 31, big night for him. But James Harden, there's 2 things. He's playing great basketball. I didn't see Wilt play, but this is the easiest time to score the basketball in the NBA than any other time. There is no defense. It's like going to LA Fitness and playing basketball. Like, the guys don't care about defense, so I haven't seen anything like it in my lifetime, and I believe that this will affect their overall play. He's already been an MVP. They haven't had any playoff success with James Harden, and that's what really this season is about, or his tenure there in Houston is about. And I just believe he's going to wear himself out with that usage that you're talking about. It is hard to score like that, and they didn't win the game. That's the most important thing out there. So he is playing special, but they are shorthanded, and I just believe in the playoffs, he's going to lose his legs. When you lose your legs, you lose your jump shot.
And that is absolutely on the board, but if he wasn't playing at this pace for the last 20 games, they weren't going to make the playoffs. Like with Chris Paul hurt, now with Capella hurt, they need every ounce of this from him just to make the playoffs in the West. And Chris is right. This year in the NBA is a lot like this year in the NFL. Unprecedented, or at least contemporary in the league history.
But there ain't no weather coming in November and December. Well, we saw a correction in the NFL.
Correct. And I think there'll be a mild correction in the playoffs, but it's because of the rule change, the freedom of movement. But with that said, it's not like there's a bunch of guys averaging 35 a game. So even with
every night somebody in the NBA getting 40. There's been no night that no time that I've ever covered the NBA that was like that. Oh, we didn't even mention Steph 41.
Steph had 41. 100 agreed, but he is still even with the enhanced offense, he's doing it at a higher level than anyone by a wide margin right now.
All right, let's get back to the NFL now.